project's scope just increased with time. We started with samples. It was a small budget scope in the beginning, and through a lot of kind of online presence and hype and excitement around the game, the scope increased, and we landed up here at Air Studios, which is an absolute dream come true for any composer. The two core components to the score was going to be cinematic music to capture the beauty of the game, and medieval music to capture the authenticity of the period that we're in.
I'd say that the biggest challenge for us was coming from the film side of things, and it's something that Greg keeps pointing out with us, is it sounds like an event's happening. It sounds like something's happening. So with gaming, it's quite interesting in that most of the music is background music, but you want it to sort of set the scene. You want to feel like you're in the world, but you don't want to be having moments where the dynamics are too big.
The strings element of the score to me was extremely important from the beginning, because of how much detail there was to how the game looks, and the puddles in the dirt roads and the trees rustling, and it just felt to me so important to capture that almost cinematically, offset by this strong, authentic medieval stuff.
Come along, lad. Right. You spat it in my face and tried to carve me a new nickel.
But we found that some of the best stuff was actually the improvisational stuff, where the artists were free to sort of improv in their style. So maybe we could have a sort of a bass melody at the core, but then you allow the instrumentalists to sort of express it in their own way. So we've moved more into relying on the expression of the artists than our expression of it. I suppose that was a big learning as well.
sacred choir music, which is the music that you'd hear in medieval world, it's church music, is all inspired by scripture. And so when we set out, again in the beginning, writing choir music, we think melodically, and we start writing melodies and things that we think sound awesome and pretty and all that. But that's kind of the wrong end to tackle first. It's the melodies and the things are based off of the chants. And so we had to dig down and we had to go and find these actual old chants, and then write our music based on that to really capture what music they actually listened to, what they actually sang. There's just a magic to it that you just can't recreate, you know, in a modern sense. It's got its own flow to it. It's got its own pulse and its own heart. So we did use quite a lot of chants, existing chants, and we felt that these absolutely worked the best, and brought us right to the center of the period.